Welcome to the Really Randumb podcast with Colton Pettyjohn and Drew Bolden. It's not too late to turn it off.
First off, I want to start by saying Mom, Grandma, gin and tonic, gin and Lynn.
Yeah, it's fine. It'll get worse. It'll get better. Who cares?
I don't know your mom's name, but just turn your ears away. Don't listen. This is not meant for the faint of heart.
Turn your ears away. Just don't listen.
I'm Colton. That's Drew.
Hey, guys.
This is Really Randumb, the podcast, and you better believe it's about to get
sexy.
slutty. Oh, okay. No, sorry.
You nip
No,
rubbing
I don't
that.
know.
Hey,
I don't know.
Hey, what's up?
I was about to say I don't know what we're going to talk about, but we have an outline right in front of us, so I do know what we're going to talk about. But there are times where we kind of get a little off track. Surprise.
Not us.
No, not.
It's me. And, of course, you all know that every single episode, I put something in Colton's fanny pack over there. You see that, boy? It's hanging on his little mic stand. Hey, Colton, why don't you jiggle it a little bit? Yeah, I got something
Jiggle a little bit.
Real nice.
Real nice and deep black.
Hey, I will say also real quick, we have different lighting. We're still messing around with new angles.
Yeah.
And if you don't like it,
You don't have to watch.
I don't give a shit.
No, please watch or listen.
Yeah, listen's good too.
You know, either way.
You know what, Colton? This is a podcast, so where can you listen to it?
Hey, you can listen to it on Spotify, Google Play, Apple Music.
We're also now on the other one, Amazon. Amazon and Google kind of drug their feet because you know what they said to me? They said.
We're
They didn't say
too good
anything.
for you.
Yeah, they really didn't say anything. But I can already tell you right now, it's getting a little bit too hot, and I did not turn on the fan.
Oh, it's fine. You'll live.
If I get sweatier, hopefully I get sexier.
Yeah, I like the glisten. You know, you look
Ooh.
really hot when you have that glisten off your forehead.
Hey, you know what? We glisten, they listen.
All right, so let's just get into it. Just get into whatever the hell we're going to talk about today.
How long has it been since we've recorded this? Because I don't even know if y'all know this, but
Y'all probably don't notice, but
we actually record quite a bit in advance. And then, my hands still smell like tuna. I should have washed them.
oh,
I was.
what were you doing earlier? Nope,
I was eating a
sandwich.
I was eating a sub. I got tuna. You can tuna a fish, but you can't tuna a piano.
Okay.
Wait, I fucked that up. Isn't it the other way around?
Yeah.
Oh.
You can't tune a fish.
You've been blazing, dude?
No, I just look so damn sexy in these new sunglasses that I got from Target. They
Those
were
are pretty
$10, $15.
$1,000?
You know, money isn't an object to me. I can spend.
What does Chris say?
It doesn't make a dent. But that's not true. I'm really cheap. So that's why I bought these at Target. So the other night we were sitting on the couch chilling. Actually, I was.
As we do.
Yeah, I was sitting in our little dining room area, which is not really a dining room, but it's right next to the kitchen. Our other groom-mate, Reg.
I thought you were gonna say groomsman.
Our other groomsman.
Hey, moment of silence for Greg.
He was my groomsman.
He's no longer with us.
In a wedding that didn't really pan out.
Oh.
But we were sitting on the.
What would you say the key to marriage is?
Hey.
Okay, go ahead.
Hope all is well with her. So we were sitting, on the couch, and Greg, as he does, being a fatass, he had a treat. What would you say? A dessert, a frozen dessert.
It was like ice cream or some shit.
Yeah, and he got it from this place called like Andy's or something.
A treat.
And we were like, hey, "What the hell are you eating? What are you eating?" And he says, "It's a frozen custard."
Yeah,
but that's not what we heard. We looked at each other. We're like, "What?"
Hey,
And it sounded like he said frozen cuss word, and I was like, "A frozen cuss word?
Frozen custard. What would that even be?"
What does that mean?
I think you said, "What would that even be?" And then I look at Colton and I go, "Fuck."
Oh shit!
It's just one of the stupid things that we say.
Hey, I love a good frozen cuss word.
Me too.
Damn it!
I think yours are a lot nicer than mine. I think I wanted to be
Hades. That's
What?
my cuss word.
Hades.
It's too far.
Who's godding Hades? Didn't that place burn down?
Hades?
Oh, that was Australia. Yeah, my bad.
No. Hades is on fire constantly.
What is Hades?
It's hell.
Oh,
Yeah.
more like hanging out with you at any time.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I mean, this is how it's gonna be, huh?
Hey, you're like, hey, you fucking started it.
So I also the other day I went and got my driver's license renewed because it's been 4 months since we've lived here, and you're supposed to change your address on your driver's license within 30 days.
Oh, shib. I haven't done that either.
Yeah. So
I mean, yes, I have police.
I finally went
Officers.
and did that a couple days ago, and when I got to the DMV, by the way, go online first and check in. It's much quicker.
I didn't even know you could do that.
I
so
didn't
you blew
either.
my mind when you told me that.
Yeah, someone told me that
And my,
because I was telling them about going to get it renewed or whatever, and they're like, "Hey, just make sure you go online beforehand. You can save a spot online." It definitely sped up the process. But I got there, kind of parked in the parking lot a little kind of far away, and as I'm walking up, there's a little driving area to another parking lot, and this older gentleman, he was probably in his 70s. He was driving.
Why is he even
relatively
driving?
Nice truck. Yeah, I don't know.
He's 70.
But he was driving a pretty nice truck.
You're about to be dead.
So drive off a cliff and just expedite the process. No, so
Let me have the truck.
Just speed it up. Yeah. And so I was about to cross, and he looks at me, and walkers have the right of way. But I wanted, he was older, and I wanted to like make sure that he was cool with me passing. So
I thought you were just be like, I
pulled up.
just want to make sure he was cool with me, and that's it. Like, what's up, baby?
Yeah, we good?
Yeah, we good, fam?
So I was walking up, and he gives me the hand gesture of like, come on.
Okay.
And as soon as I go, okay. And as soon as I start walking, he like jerks forward and like stops, slams on the brakes. And I look at him and I go,
He's trying to brake
like,
check.
I kind of just like, and at first he gave me this like, what are you doing? Why are you walking? And then like not even a second later, he goes, oh, I'm sorry. Like, go ahead. And I'm like,
Dude, his dementia kicked in for a second.
That's so sad. That's so sad that he told me to pass. He told me to walk and then immediately forgot and then got mad at me and then was like, oh, crap, I forgot I told him to pass.
It's like he
and
got...
So he was like, oh, I'm sorry.
It's like he got more mad at himself because he forgot for a second. He was like, hey! Oh. That's why I'm saying, like, if you're 70... Or honestly, if you're over the age of like 30, you probably shouldn't have a driver's license anymore.
Just hang it up.
Because of your failing brain.
Yeah.
And your failing memory and your failing dementia and your old timers is kicking in.
My brain has started to decline since I was like 12.
Born.
Yeah. My peak was probably middle school.
That sucks.
Yeah.
I don't even think my peak was not anywhere close to that. It was probably when I was born and then... I don't think I've had one.
That's a cute ass baby. And then like 3 days later, it's like, okay, that's enough.
My mom
Get
was
this
like,
out of here.
This is the one?
This
Out of millions of sperms?
is the one that made it? He was the fastest?
I'm so far. I'm so sorry, Gwen Elendevin. I didn't mean to win. I didn't mean to ruin your life.
It should have been someone else. But then...
It was Tyler first. I think he beat me there by a year.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's a good thing you didn't compete with him. There's no way that you would have won.
He is much better than me. But what if what? Never mind. This is gonna be stupid, so I'm not even gonna do it.
Stupid. So, anyways, that same day,
This was an eventful day for you.
It was a crazy day. So I got my driver's license. Okay, good. And so I was heading home.
I was gonna ask saving. How much time do you think you saved by going online, the DMV?
Oh, like 2 hours, maybe more.
Because
like people were sitting in there miserable, and you could tell they'd been in there for a long time.
Yeah, and your happy ass walks in after almost getting run over. By the way, your happy ass walks in, and then they go, Colton, and you get up, and everyone waiting was like, that motherfucker just got here. Yeah.
No, so I waited probably about 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes.
That's still even a long time.
Yeah. So
that's for a long time for me.
I was heading home, and I stopped by QT, gas station or something. No, not your house. I think I just had to go to the restroom because I always have to pee. Mm-hmm. So I went into the restroom and...
Ooh, any more piss pebbles?
No, good to go.
That's good.
Everything's good. Nothing, no painful peeing for me.
I've had a couple people ask me like, did Colt ever figure out what the hell happened to him?
No.
And no, he's good.
Yeah, so probably stay away from me. Don't
let him pee on you.
There's not a fear of you having sex with me because no one wants to have. So I was in the bathroom.
That is true.
And I walk up to the urinal. And immediately, a couple seconds later, another guy walks up to the urinal next to me. And as he walks up...
How long did you stare at his dick?
God, we're not going to put that in.
Oh, sorry.
So
Dang it.
he walks up, and immediately as he's like unbuckling or unzipping his pants, something immediately falls on the ground.
His balls?
No.
Oh, his dick?
And stop.
Sorry.
So, like... something falls on the ground and it sounds like metal and clinking. And I look down over there and it was his gun.
Yes.
His handgun. And I was
Welcome
like,
to Texas, baby.
and immediately he thought, well, I'm going to distract him by saying, well, so he goes, like, as soon as he dropped it, I looked over and noticed, he goes, well, the weather, huh? That's crazy outside. And I was like, that's what you're going with, man?
How's the, hey, here, I'm trying to drop my, so the Batman movie in Aurora, crazy. Oh, whoops.
Probably not.
That's even worse.
Yeah.
Why would you try to small talk after dropping a gun on the ground?
Yeah, and I was just like, yeah, crazy.
Did you?
And then I just like went, washed my hands, and walked out.
Did you
I was
shake
like,
and then
I gotta get out of here.
Shake, tuck back in, walk back.
Yeah.
But like, what did he expect you to say? Like, yeah, you know what? Like completely forget about the gun and be like, yeah, man, it's sunny.
Oh, I totally forgot the fact that you have a. Which, by the way, he probably. Well, I don't know if he's gonna talk like that. It probably wasn't legal. But people.
Oh,
a lot of people in Texas have legal concealed handgun licenses.
They have
or whatever the heck.
legal concealed ARs.
Yeah. Strap it on your back or something like that.
Let me just walk into QT. All right, yeah, let me just get a box of red.
Yeah. And some dip. Some good old fashioned I don't even know what
Copenhagen.
That's
skull. Don't you skull me. Let me get my
Red Man.
What is that?
A red man, red seal. I don't know.
Isn't that racist towards Indians or something?
Yeah, it's actually it's a dip thing with an Indian guy on the. But I'm.
Hey, how are? Is that?
I'm Cherokee. I'm part Cherokee.
You have your Cherokee card, right?
Yeah, I lost it. So speaking of Cherokee and Indian, so I was reminiscing about the times I had up in Oklahoma. So my family's from Oklahoma, and
we know
my grandparents are both from Oklahoma, and I was just up there seeing my sister. They still, both my grandparents still live up there.
Stephanie, Robert,
and
kids.
Got a little baby Decker. I went and saw him.
They have so many of them now. I don't. What are they on?
Yeah.
9?
No, they have 3 boys.
Oh.
All boys.
Wow.
They're the best. I love them to death. So
who's your favorite?
I don't have a favorite.
Oh,
I'll tell you off camera.
Okay. Cool.
So
can I guess?
No.
Oh, okay.
There's no favorite. So, anyways, I was thinking about the times we had with our grandparents, and there were a couple of things that my Grammy used to say all the time that sticks to me to this day.
Okay.
One of which was, and so I figured we could share our different grandparent
like
stories or sayings or stuff like that.
Good.
One of them was, my Grammy would say something to the effect of, "Hey, is that a booger?" And I'm like, "What?" And she's like, "Oh no, it's snot." And she thought that was the funniest thing ever. She thought that was the funniest, and I was like, and actually at the time I thought it was pretty funny. And then I turned 4, and then I was like, "Oh, well, that's not funny."
Honestly, I'll never turn an old enough age to not think that's funny. That's good.
Yeah.
That reminds me of The Office when Michael said, "Do you think this is fair? Because it's not." And and Erin starts laughing behind camera. She's like, "You said snot. I'm so sorry. It just made me laugh." No, it's not.
No, it's not.
Your Grammy, how's she doing? She single?
I haven't. I don't really want to talk about that.
Oh no, she did.
My grandfather did pass away when I was senior in high school. And I haven't really talked to her since. I don't have any animosity towards it. We should probably cut this out. I don't know. Whatever. I don't care.
I don't even know what animosity means, so we probably should cut it out.
But my Grammy also did a couple of things that
is the same Grammy.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we had a really, really, really close relationship. When I would go up and visit her or visit them, we would all come over and stay for like a week or so, like all the kids. And but I would wake up, and I was never an early riser, but I would wake up at like 6 or 7 in the morning because that's when my Grammy would wake up, and we would go.
What's up with that? Grandparents always wake up at like 3:30 in the morning.
I know, it's crazy.
But they also go to sleep at 6:30.
But I always wanted to be up and like hang out, and it was just the two of us. And there were a few times where we would go on bike rides at like 7 in the morning.
Oh,
and it was a lot of fun.
That's nice.
I shared a lot of really good memories with her. But a couple of memories that aren't so fond are a couple of times she liked to kind of play pranks, and she would like
I like that
play tricks on me.
Yeah.
Especially the fact that I was colorblind. She got away with a few things.
Oh man, that's what I do. Am I your grandma?
Yeah. No, I was gonna say you're my daddy, but that's
that's a little
awkward.
bit later. That's our Pornhub
gross.
link.
But there were two different things that she tricked me on, and I think she also tricked Stephanie and Hunter.
Like constantly?
No, it was a one-time thing. But so one time we were at her house, and she had a jar of pickles, and they're little small pickles, and she was eating them, and I was like, "Ooh, those look good. Can I have?" I was like, "Are those dill pickles or whatever?" She's like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Can I have one?" She's like, "Yeah. These are dill pickles. They're really good. They're like the sour pickles, whatever." And so I went and I just popped the whole thing in my mouth, and I didn't know what a sweet pickle was. I'd never been introduced to sweet pickles. Well, I don't like sweet pickles, period. But even if I did like sweet pickles, like when you're preparing to eat something, so your taste buds are all like ready to go, and then you eat something that's completely different or drink something, it like throws you off completely. So I was like, "Oh my gosh, what is this?" And she was laughing, so she thought it was the funniest thing ever. She was like, those are sweet pickles. They're not dill.
Hey,
and I was like, "You're a jerk."
Is that a dill pickle? No, it's snot.
It's
She just goes in your, like, open up.
So also she did the same thing, and this is
so good.
This is the whole colorblind thing. Is
I like doing that.
She gave me a grapefruit and told me that it was an orange, and so I cut into it, open it up, and I couldn't really tell. I could tell the color was a little off, and I was like, "This looks a little different." She was like, "It's a different shade, but it's just an orange."
You conniving Grammy.
And I was like, "Okay,
Conniving?
I trust you, Grammy. You would never steer me wrong. You love me." And
that was your mistake.
Yeah,
nobody loves you.
Exactly.
Oh.
So
sorry.
I bit into it, and of course, it does not taste like an orange. And I was like, "Gah!" So I don't know. I thought it was really funny.
Did you bite into the rind?
I appreciate it. I don't remember how I bit into it, but I appreciated the humor in it. She always had a pretty good sense of humor.
I want to do that to you now. I'm going to get a big orange and go,
"Well, I don't
hey,
trick
this is a watermelon." That would be so stupid if I was actually like, "Hey, yeah, I get this watermelon now."
And it's an orange?
And it's an orange.
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
like looks nothing like it. I give you a grape and I'm like, "Here's a tomato."
Well, I could see that.
Like a green one. Even though you wouldn't know because color and stuff.
Yeah. So you got any
I like that
stories?
Though. Oh yeah, I got some stories
sayings?
about my granny. I think so. I think it's more of like the sayings that old people have, and every old person has an old person saying. Have you heard of? And someone reminded me of this like recently, but anyway, I forget. But I remember hearing the phrase. It was, "I'd rather have a bottle in front of me than a." You don't know it?
Never heard of it.
Okay, so I'd rather have a bottle in front of me than a frontal lobotomy.
I've never heard of that.
Yeah, I heard it like a couple years ago, but I was reminded of it by, I think it was Dylan maybe, because he's not gonna like it. Love you, Dylan. Yeah, and so that was one that my granddad used to say, and then so one that my gran is like 4'5",
yeah,
and like soaking wet, and so Wait, that doesn't work. Isn't that what you're talking
No,
about? Weight?
yeah, it's like what?
So yeah, she's like
4'5", soaking wet.
Yeah.
Well, now I have an interesting mental picture, but
Oh, I thought you were gonna say a new kink or something. It's like, yeah, you can call my grand if you want. But anyway, so she would always say, and you reminded me of this because you said this when we worked at Brookshire's together to Miss Jackson. Hi, Miss Jackson. I think you watch. If not,
I hope she doesn't watch.
Well, she's old enough to understand the jokes. She's fine.
I know, but she's like a very innocent, sweet and innocent Christian lady. Shouldn't be watching this garbage.
So at Brookshire's we used to have aprons.
Yes.
On our uniforms, and she would always ask us to pull them up. Disgusting. I know.
Yeah, gross.
Actually, she wouldn't ask us. We would just go, "Hey, Miss Jackson."
You want to see?
And she thought it was really funny. She had to deal with me, Cole Teasy, and other bitches. Anyway, so my gran would always say, "You know what? You shouldn't have so many sweets because you know what they say." And I'm like, "Who's they?" And then she go, "A moment on the lips, forever on the hips." And I'm like, yeah, you're right. Oh, but I would eat it anyway because I was a fat little kid.
You know what? I actually got that saying from your favorite show, Friends. Yep. So
for all of you, it's not that good.
it's great.
No, it's not. It's great fruit. How was your grapefruit, you idiot?
Okay.
But I will say, like, going to Friends real quick, I love the bloopers. But the show is like, because I don't like when you tell me to laugh.
Anything.
Don't tell me when to laugh. I know when to laugh.
Yeah. Well, you like funny. Seinfeld. They have a laugh track.
Do they really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I guess they do. But Seinfeld is good.
Fun. Yeah. No, I got it.
And then there was one that my granddad used to tell me, and I don't know what this means. And I think he was just old, so he just said things that he wanted to that didn't make any sense, which I'm not even that old, and I say things that don't make any sense.
Yeah.
But so anytime used to go over to their house every Sunday to eat after church. Believe it or not, I went to church at one point in my life. That's where it went so wrong. Anyway, so we would always have lunch because my gran was an excellent cook, but she would always have like something to nibble on before we ate. And sometimes it was like peanuts or like chips and dip, or one time it was like cake or something. I'm like, really? I can eat cake before dinner? And I made sure that Father Bolden didn't see, but you know, that's beside the point. But anyway, so my granddad would come by while I was eating the chips or peanuts, and he'd go, "Hey, don't fill up on all that plogy bait."
What?
And I'm like, "What the hell is that?" And he's like, "Yeah, you know, plogy bait. It fills you up before you eat." I'm like, "That's not a thing."
Plogy bait.
Plogy bait.
I gotta look that up. See if that's a legit.
Yeah, but I've never heard anyone else use that but him.
Bait.
And Google wasn't around because I was like, I don't know, 8. And then that's the last time I heard it. But he said it like a bunch of times, but then I forgot about it until you told me like, "Hey, my grandma says this is that." I'm like, my granddad used to say that plogy bait thing. Anyway, that's on my side. And then there's a really funny story. It's not really a saying, but I just wanted to bring it up because it makes me laugh because I'm immature. But one time my grandpa, my grandma and grandpa on my mom's side, they live out in California, and so they lived in a double wide trailer, but it was like a fancy old retirement neighborhood. Okay. So all of them were trailers, but they're like really nice, decorated old people, rich white folk homes. Yeah. And when you got in, it was just like we were all sitting in the living room. My mother, my grandmother, me, and I believe my annoying brother at the time. And my grandpa was in the other room on his computer. And we were all talking, chit-chatting, laughing, watching the Game Show Network, which was on 24/7 in my grandma's house.
Oh, yes.
And grandma and grandpa's house. And then out of nowhere, we just hear this. And then followed by, "Excuse me." Like really like low and loud. And we just started dying laughing because, of course, I started dying laughing because I was a little kid and there was a fart. But it was a good one. Like, I didn't know if he needed to change his Depends or whatever. It was really big. And my mom and I talk about this constantly. And my brother, I don't know if my brother remembers because he's not that smart. Just kidding, Tyler. Miss you so much. Love you. Hope you're doing well. And that's like one of the stories I'll bring up with my mom all the time. Or if she farts in front of me, which she does all the time, Gwen Lindemann, don't act like you don't. She'll go, "Excuse me." And that was like 20 years ago. And then I think another one really quickly, my grandmother, the last time I visited her in California, which was like, I think 5 to 6 years ago, maybe. We were eating dinner at their favorite fancy restaurant, Applebee's. And we were in the booth, my grandmother, my grandpa, and I. And at this point, they've been married for the better half of their lives.
Yeah.
And so anything that they say to each other, it's like, I've heard it before, whatever, right?
Yeah.
So my grandmother was complaining about something. Grandma, I love you so much. You're wonderful. I think we were talking about Bin Laden for some reason. And it was not my idea to talk about that because I hate politics.
Really?
I hate terrorism. Does anyone go, you know what? I actually really like terrorism.
I enjoy terrorism. I like talking about it. I like bring it up as a...
I'm clipping that and putting that. Just you going, I love terrorism.
Oh. Did I say that?
Yeah, you did.
See, I literally just said it and I don't know that I said it. I'm losing my mind. My memory is gone.
Maybe you were
gonna go move into that retirement home with your grandma. Sorry, it's a different one.
Gran was moment on the lips.
They're the same.
That's racist. Anyway, so she said, and I don't know where or why or what was going through her head because no one really knows. But she said to me, you know what? I never really understood those. I can't even. I feel so dirty saying this, but I say worse things when we're not recording. But she goes, you know what? I really just don't understand those people. I never really understood those, for lack of a better word, towel heads.
Oh, no!
And I'm like, come on, there are...
You can't say that.
I can think of 10 better words than towel head. Also that she began it with, for lack of a better word. And as I'm dying laughing...
No, there's a better word.
Yeah, a lot of better words. And I'm dying as I laid laughing. I look at my grandpa, and this is his face. Like, if you're watching the video, this is his face. I look at him like this, and he goes, yeah, well. That's it. He's like, yeah, well.
I mean, that's one of the things you live together forever. It's like, that's who she is.
I think that was it, or it could have also been him going, there's not really a better word. So that is why I enjoy old people.
Yes.
So speaking of old people, and they really, to what we're going to talk about next, they really don't have to worry about this ever because they're always wearing Depends or Assurance or
Assurance
or a colostomy bag. Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
Spell it. K-L-I can't.
But so you wanted to bring this, and you do have to worry about. Everyone's got to worry about this forever and ever and ever. Amen.
Is it? Catholic Church. Is it maybe just when you get older you care less,
or you don't do it yourself and someone else does it for you?
See, that's what I'm talking about with the colostomy and the Depends. You have to depend on someone else.
There you go.
Anyway, so it's honestly,
it's the age-old question, really.
It's the age-old question, and it hurts me in my soul because I worry about other people and their method.
Yes.
How do you wipe your ass?
That's a really good question. And you know what's weird is that's not the first time it's been brought up in conversation. Like, I remember watching a football game with, I think you were there.
I'm sure.
I think it was me, you, is Dylan Hemley, and his father,
Alan.
Dr. Hemley.
Dr. Big Al 12.
And I think Brock was there as well, maybe a couple other friends.
We love you guys.
And I don't know, we were watching it was like the Lions versus the Packers. I don't know. It was a playoff game. It was just some random
Broncos. Game. Broncos because Al kept going, keep to leave.
But randomly, I don't know how it got brought up, but just in guy conversation.
As we do.
He asked.
Who? Al or
Al?
Brock?
Dr. Al Hemley.
Dr. Owl.
He used to be our principal. Asked how we wiped. Front, back.
Side to side.
In between your legs, standing up like that, back forwards. Do you push it forward? Do you pull it back? And
do you do a handstand and get one of those cat scratchers on the side of the wall and just rub up against that?
Do you just, have a Japanese toilet and have it spray up your bunghole?
Or do you go outside in the front yard?
By the way,
squat?
why isn't that here?
I mean, you can get it.
You can, but that should be more prevalent here.
Stop using big words on me.
That should be more something here.
Relevant, prevalent.
That should be, more common here.
Oh, there we go. Mm-hmm. I love his music.
So, Do you?
No, I don't.
I feel like you don't know a single. So
I know what he looks like.
he's bald.
He's a baldy with a goatee guy.
We have that in common.
If I said, "Hey, black guy, bald goatee," everyone would go, "Common?" And I'd be like, "Yeah."
Oh, yeah.
Could you? Right?
Yeah. So we were discussing this pre-show with Greg, and there is a
Was this
definite.
last night? It was last night.
No, I think it was today.
Was it?
This morning.
Oh, anyway.
There was definite disagreement.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it could have been last night. I don't know. So I say, and you know what's interesting is, as a boy, growing up I was very close with my family, very close with my dad, and there would be plenty of times where I would be in the bathroom or around the same area. Because, as kids, you can't leave your parents alone. But my dad would, be dropping a deuce. And
Cecil!
I would, see his method. And I don't know how I didn't pick up on it. But he did the between the legs wipe. And
okay, yeah.
I never did that. I always bent over and wiped from behind like that. Now, what I will tell you is some people are like, "Oh, that's gross. How do you wipe up into your crack?" I go back and forth, at least 4 times.
Are you whitewashing a fence?
You got to make sure that you get it both ways and you clean it all. And sometimes it's like 17 times.
That's so much.
You just got to keep going until it's clean.
Okay, but at what point do you give up and go, "I just have to take a shower"?
Yeah. Or, wet wipes. Hopefully you have. I have definitely adopted the wet wipe method.
Yeah, we have the same thing of wet wipes. Yeah. So I remember bringing this up too. Actually, my friend Joe Dan was the first person to ever get me into wet wipes, because one time I went to the bathroom, we were out of toilet paper, and I said, "I need assistance, please." So he bursts in and goes, "Oh, help!" And like Superman.
That's a
and
good thing.
yeah, thanks, Jodes. And no, but he tells me, he goes, "Hey, well, there's wet wipes behind you," and I was like, "What? Like baby wipes?" He's like, "No, man." He goes, "Trust me, do it." And I went, "Okay." And I pull it out of the thing, and I do the Cecil method. I go in through the front and then wipe from back to front, go towards the nuts, right?
Yeah, so it smears all over your balls. Cool.
Okay, so the way you do it, you smear it all over your back.
Hey.
Stand up, let me see.
No. Oh! I told you we go back and forth.
Yeah, but what if you go, oops, and you go too high sometimes, and it goes up?
I think I've wiped my butt enough to know how to get it done.
I just imagine like someone going like this, like, "Oh!" Oh!
You walk in to your boss's office. "I gotta go home." Why? Because I got shit all over my back. What? How does that happen?
HR, you can't help me because I have poopy on my back. No, but can you imagine like walking around like? What if you see someone out in public like this? If someone's walking around like this, they have shit on their back.
Yep. Either they crap themselves or they got crap all over their back, smeared. But it's really weird. I went over to my buddy's house years ago.
Do you lean over or do you stand up?
I lean over and I stand up.
Like, do you
I'm
squat?
up off the toilet.
Oh, I know people who. I'm about to do this on the video real quick. Then it's all you, as I do steal your stories. But I know people that do this. And I've never seen them do it, but they told me. So maybe they're lying just to get me to do it. They go like this.
I mean, I don't know. That's kind of...
Hey, get your eyes.
That's kind of the... I don't know.
Yeah, but like they're ghost squatting already.
What you don't want to do is you don't want to stand up all the way and push your cheeks together. Because you're not going to be able to get everything.
It'll go up the top and the bottom.
We're really getting into a territory.
Yeah, baby. Ladies.
Yeah, dude.
Line up.
One thing I was really worried about with doing this podcast is...
In general or this episode?
Just in general is how now sexy we're going to be to all these women and how we're going to keep them away from us.
Yeah.
We are so damn
Can I borrow your
hot
sunglasses?
And sexy and attractive and this podcast even amplifies it even more. I don't know how we're still single right now, to be honest. There's no freaking way. After this episode, ladies, you better get in line because we're about to be off the market.
This is what I'll do to you.
On the cheek.
And then this is what I'll do to you. Get the fuck out of my house. and then when I say that and you start to leave, I'll go, wait, no, please come back, please.
So I was over at a buddy's house years ago.
Okay.
And
was this before we knew each other?
It was in high school, so no, we knew each other. But he had his bathroom was connected to his room, and so I was in the bathroom, and I was just peeing, and I was walking out, but I noticed in his shower.
Did you sit while you pee?
No, but I noticed in his shower was open. I noticed this.
No,
it was like kind of like a loofah thing, but it had a stick connected to it.
Oh,
and I was like, is that just like a loofah, like something that like you spread it to areas of the back that you can't reach with your hands? Mm-hmm. And he goes, no. The sole purpose of that is when I'm done taking a crap.
Oh.
I use that to wipe.
Oh.
Like I go in the shower, I rinse it all down, and then I rub that. And I was like, oh, I'm so glad I didn't touch it.
Is that Dylan?
No, it's not Dylan.
Okay.
I'm not going to say who it is, but.
Okay, I'm going to cut this part. Ready? Who was it?
It's my buddy, Jeff.
Golly, I went to high school with your sister. She has red hair.
We went to high school with him too.
yeah, I know.
06. Right. So, but anyways, I was like, oh, but honestly, super clean.
Oh, yeah.
I know a lot of, not a lot of
disgusting.
people, but I know some people that they won't go crap in public. They will only do it at home because they will crap and then immediately jump in the shower. Every time they take a crap, they go in the shower. I don't know if they don't wipe or they just wipe a little bit, but then they have to get in the shower to make sure that they're completely clean.
I mean, I think if you know you're going in the shower, what's the point of wasting a little thing of TP? You know what I mean? Just save it for a rainy day or a shittier day.
No, I got it. I've got to wipe no matter what. Well, even if I'm about to jump in the shower.
Well, if it's chunky...
Oh.
If it's sticky and it...
Women, my number's 214. I know you're so hot and bothered right
291.
now. Oh. I have this really weird thing, whether it's at work, I don't know, church, a restaurant, a gas station, wherever I am, like no matter, like public. I could be in Oklahoma, I could be somewhere where no one knows who I am.
That's everywhere.
Exactly. But I always have to make some sort of noise, whether it's flushing or something like that, when I'm doing my business. If there's someone else in there, I can't just let loose. I have to make noise to cover it up. Like, no! I'm so weird about it. I don't know why.
Even then, in the bathroom, people are there shitting, so it's like, if I go in there and I hear someone go, no, like, I know they're not playing chess. I know they're shitting, like a duh. But also, the only time that I will cover up sound or smell is if it's the squirties. Oh. If it's just like, well, I don't have to do the noises. You know what the fuck I'm talking about. If it's just,
out your butt?
Yeah, if it's liquefaction, yeah. I don't want people to hear that and go, is he sitting and peeing?
Is he dying?
And then you hear the toilet paper and they're like, oh, he is not okay.
He's sick.
I'm sick. Yeah, but hey, can you also this came to my head as you were talking about it, but when you were talking about people who go into the shower right after, so they do that at home, right? But can you imagine if they're like at the gym or something and they poop and they're like, well, I got a shower now, and there's like other people in Anytime Fitness bathroom and they just run completely naked from the bathroom to the toilet to the shower.
They're like, you got something? Oh, never mind. Oh my gosh.
Oh, there's Jeff again.
Run to the shower.
Oh, it's the shit ass guy.
Yeah, so
do you ever play music while you're pooping to cover it in public?
No.
Or like watch anything? No. I always do if I know it's gonna be nasty, I flush it.
Yeah,
I don't.
That's what
go,
I do
or whatever. Sounds like you were trying to scare someone for Halloween.
No, But I think it's funny that I think it's more common with older people. But like at my work,
Old people are disgusting.
so I work with a lot of people that are, in their 50s or older, and
They shouldn't be driving.
when they go in to poop, whether or not I'm standing at the urinal and I see them walk in, I know who it is. Old people don't have any shame when it comes to crapping. Because they will go directly in there and they will blow that thing out. And I'll be like, God
Golly.
damn, man. You good? Is that
good?
toilet all right? We need a replacement in there?
Why did I hear a
Crack
woman's
it.
voice?
Can you imagine if that's how you crapped? When you were crapping, you're like, ah!
Oh, I was thinking of like, you take a shit and you go, oh, oh yeah. I'm so sorry.
Hey, can you? Well, here's the unfortunate truth. I don't know if it's unfortunate, but sometimes, actually, a lot of times, when you drop a deuce, that's sweet relief.
Oh
my
baby,
brother.
oh baby.
It's
better than
akin to,
akin.
A sneeze.
Maybe like 8 times.
A nice little sneeze that can make you
Get a little jumpy in
climax.
your lady parts or your man parts. Or it's 2020, so your parts.
Your non-binary part.
I was like, fuck, what is the word? Non-binary parts. Whatever pronoun you enjoy, ma'am, sir, them, we, us, Nintendo,
Is
we.
that I feel like everything that you said was offensive.
I'm
because
sure
there's
so.
nothing that you can say that's not offending someone.
Hey, so yeah.
I'm sorry.
Fuckers. So apparently, have you heard of something called pansexual?
Yes. In fact, okay, so this is I was watching the show. I was up in Oklahoma this weekend with my sister.
Oh, they don't care about anything up there.
And we were watching this Netflix show called Love is Blind. So it's like one of those dumb
Like
Bachelor all that kind of crap. But basically the premise is they're in these pods and you can't see the other person, and you go on dates while you're sitting across from them in these pods. You can hear them. You have conversations.
Oh, but you can't see them?
You can't see them. And then after a while, when you have this deep connection at the very end, a couple episodes in, you have the option to propose to them.
So you never see what they look like.
You don't see them, and you propose to them. And
I don't know, man.
And so, like,
I'm shallow,
I
gotta see this bitch.
They're having all these conversations, and then they propose. So I didn't see the first few episodes. I saw when they have already. So you propose, and then after you propose, that opens it up, and you get to see each other for the first time, and then you can propose again or whatever, and then
so you can be like, never mind.
No. I think so. You go into it and you kind of commit, like you've already proposed, and so you kind of stick with it, and then so you spend a period of time to where then you live in a house together for a couple weeks, but 4 weeks after you propose, they have a wedding day, and on the wedding day, you can choose whether or not you say I do or no, I don't want to do
I'm
this.
good. Yeah.
And so it's
I'm good.
It's super cheesy or whatever, but apparently I didn't see this, but on one of the episodes, one of the couples, they hey, will you marry me? She says yes. They get together. Then like after like the first date that they go on, like where it's just the two of them or spending a little time together, he says, oh, hey, and by the way, like I fall in love with personality. I don't fall in love with the gender. I'm pansexual.
Oh,
I
thought that was him saying,
I've been with girls. I've been with, but I don't care what sex you are. It's your inner side or whatever that I fall in love with.
Yeah. See, I never really understood pansexuality. Like, do you start with the handle? Yes!
You were waiting the whole time to say
Yes,
it.
I was. Yes, I was. Wait, so, but I thought he was going to
No,
go.
you turn it around and
You go the paddle part.
Oh! Spank you, daddy.
They're walking around like this because they have poop up their back and there's a pan in their asshole. No,
But anyways,
none of this is going in.
she freaked out apparently and was like, or she was like, it's not that you're pansexual, it's that you lied to me and you weren't honest from the get-go. But you know it was, which I don't blame her.
That's what I was thinking. Was like maybe he said he was pansexual because she was not hot. Was she hot?
I don't know. I didn't see any of this.
Can you not see the people?
No, my sister told me about this. I got in like episode 6 or whatever.
Well,
but it's, dude.
Looks like the next podcast, episode 10, is going to be all about Love is Blind, and we're going to go through it, and we're going to commentate, and we're going to narrate every single episode.
Dude, it's mildly entertaining because...
Oh, jeez.
It's especially when you've been in a... Like, well... So I've been married, and so I know what it takes to have a successful marriage. I know definitely what it takes to have a failing marriage.
Oh, okay.
And I know what works and what won't work. And so there are so many things that I've seen firsthand, whether it's not my relationship or someone else's relationship, where you see this stuff and you're like, this'll never work. Because, dude, when you're going on dates and you're going like on these helicopter dates, or you're going to these restaurants, like with The Bachelor and with this show, it's like the show pays for the dates. So it's all these like
so you can't,
magnificent dates.
Yeah.
And you know what's going to happen? They're going to get married and life is going to set in, and they're going to realize that they can't go on all these like excursions. You can't go, four-wheeling every weekend down the rocky trails of wherever
Saskatchewan.
The heck. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And you can't always go, picnicking with horses
Brady.
And all this guy. Like reality sits in and you're like, you know what? You can't fill the needs that I have, and life is too boring with you because you don't take me out every weekend to these fancy places, and you're cheap, and you don't go in debt for me.
Yeah, bitch.
You don't run your credit card up for me because you can't afford it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
bitch.
That's a little vent on.
Hey, it's okay, man.
Relationships.
The best
that'll fail.
The best part about my friend Colton is he keeps it real, and he's a failure.
Yeah.
So it keeps us all humbled together.
Trying to stay humble.
So Colton, you know what? After all that, and about really just
and a bag of chips.
Yeah, really just bringing out how big of a failure you truly are. Mm-hmm. Maybe I'll try to cheer you up. Why don't you just open that? It's time to open your fanny pack. That's got to be copyright at some point.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, what is it?
So it's a letter.
Oh, wait. I wrote something on there and I didn't think it through this because Colton can't read.
Call Greg into the room. Call Greg.
So before you do that, let me do something. Okay. But when I'll let you know when to do that.
I'm supposed to call Greg into the room?
Yeah.
This is the fanny pack thing. Having Greg a part of the episode is literally now. This is gonna be the worst episode ever.
Greg.
Oh yeah. Okay. So, well, this is gonna be fun.
Greg, welcome. Greg, welcome.
You just want to stay here
to the podcast. Yeah, you can stay there. So, as you can see, the sexy mofo over there holding... Greg, what are you holding there, buddy boy?
Oh, this would be a... hold on.
You don't have to put that back.
Oh.
Yeah.
There you go. No, that's fine.
Okay. This would be a color guard, or more so of what we did, winter guard.
Yeah. Hot.
Some things you do in your past and you just... They're fun, I guess, while it happens. They're fun experiences. But... they're best left in the past.
Nope,
to never be brought up again.
That's why I brought it back up. So, Greg, you don't have a mic, but I do have your audio on the camera over there.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to take my headset off just for now so I can talk to you. So, I was riding with Greg. Greg, what were we doing? Do you remember?
There's been a few times. Were we going to get donuts or going to Walmart?
So I know we were getting groceries. So, Greg opens his trunk. Greg opens his trunk, and I look, and he has that. Show them again what it is. It's a, and if you're not familiar with what that is, it's basically like a fake gun, right? Like a plastic.
It's a rifle.
Oh, rifle. Excuse
And
me.
you're supposed to spin it.
Yeah, you flip it, you spin it.
Yeah.
It's also for the people that are listening on Spotify and stuff like that.
Oh, right.
No,
yeah,
we're
it's
not
just
gay.
it's a white.
Well,
it's a white wooden gun that's all taped up and wrapped up,
Why is it
and
gotta be white?
they're just mostly white.
It is white.
I don't know why, but
he's just trying to get you to. He's trying to do the colorblind thing.
so you would tape them up, because if you don't tape them up and you drop it, because it's wood, it splinters or it cracks or it breaks or whatever. So the tape keeps it together, and it's also easier to catch on your hands. So we would.
So straight men did this?
I mean, we were straight. Are straight.
I don't know.
That's
Straight.
still in question.
Yeah.
We're straight.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Were you the only men in Winter Guard?
no. Me,
Did
Greg.
Did you? Yeah. This
Other Greg.
Greg
Johnson.
Johnson, and Nathan Sheridan.
Hey, I get that. It makes complete sense. These are
I don't
people
know
we went to
why
high
we
school
didn't
with.
drag you into it.
Probably because I was kissing girls, dude.
Yeah. You know what? To be honest.
Actually, wait.
with
What
you,
year was it? Like when was this?
This was when we were.
It was your 8th and 9th, I think.
8th and 9th grade.
So
year.
did y'all do flags then? Sorry. Did
Oh,
you
yeah.
guys do banners? Because you can't say flags because it's too close to the.
No, you can
No, we
say
did flags.
Oh,
They
okay.
were flags. We tossed the flag. That's what we mostly did, to be honest.
Let's talk about how much we practiced though, because we never practiced, but we were really good.
Oh,
We
man.
were. We actually. So
So would you guys flip to Big Time Rush or something? I don't know.
I don't. No. So one of ours was Grease. That was our Grease Lightning. We had our
Grease Lightning,
Thunderbird jackets on, and the girls had the pink
ladies.
lady jacket.
I mean,
or whatever.
I don't know.
And
Napoleon Dynamite.
but
Oh.
Napoleon Dynamite, was that the other one?
Was that the?
I can't, dude. I'm telling you, all these things. There's so many things in my past, especially like middle school, high school. So many embarrassing things that I'm not saying it just to say it, but I legitimately, I guess, blocked out because I don't remember
I
the
think,
Napoleon Dynamite
I
one.
think the year that our first year was Napoleon Dynamite, if I'm correct.
Okay, first year. So that means you did it multiple
We did
years.
2 years. Yeah, we did 2 years. So
I
think
should have
the
done
first
it.
year was Napoleon Dynamite because the other group did the like high school or varsity or whatever
Yeah.
the heck you want to call it, did like I can't remember the song. It was like a Christian song by
Switchfoot.
No, it was.
or
Yeah, it
Oh.
was.
something Flowers.
Oh, I can't remember. I know what you're talking about.
Flowers on the mantle.
But okay, so what I will tell you,
Here we go.
and you may think I'm making this up,
Okay.
but when you're one of the only guys in Winter Garden, you're going to competitions, and
Well, when
we
you're
meet up with a lot of other schools around the area and stuff like that, if you're in Winter Guard, most of the time you're gay.
Right,
when
and done.
when you're not, I'm telling you, I definitely
you clean up.
I was attracting some of the ladies.
Ooh.
I got
I was still fat.
back in the I got
Oh, I'm putting
I
up
got-
a picture of Fat Greg.
so I got a this is back before I had it. Well, I think I did have it. I don't know if I had a cell phone, but I got this girl's MySpace page.
Ooh.
She was from Alito.
Okay.
And I was like hitting her up, and she was like, "Hey, this is my name. You should follow me on MySpace." And I did.
Oh, did you get top
and
8?
It was a fake account. No, I'm just kidding. No.
Oh, I was like, what a
it wasn't fake
bitch!
account. No, I followed her for a while, and I think we talked a little bit, but and then, hey, there were a couple times on trips back, we would be on the bus, and we were the only guys on, so there was like 10 other girls or whatnot. They weren't always the best pick of the litter. I'm not like they're
Oh,
not the
God.
most, not all. There were a couple,
So names?
semi-attractives. I'm not gonna say there were some that were attractive.
Did you ever-
and we would play Truth or Dare. And
Ooh, did y'all ever?
as band nerds,
yeah.
and
Did you boys ever kiss one another? Greg, did you
No,
ever?
I never kissed
No.
a boy.
Greg, did you ever show
I
your
was
dick?
hoping, but
Show your dick to Colton?
No, what? Back then,
Ever?
Oh, I was about to say.
How about
Nowadays.
ever?
Don't see
every
it
day.
nowadays, though.
I see it flopping around all the time.
So, yeah, but
Hey,
I will tell you this.
do a flip for me real quick while Colton tells a story.
Do it. Yeah, do a little
A
flip.
dick flip?
No, no.
Yes, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
all
yeah.
right, I wanna
Well,
do-
right-
why-
hey.
why- this won't end well if we do this.
If
Don't do it
We'll just
super
go a
high.
little,
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, ooh. Hey,
See,
ladies.
he still has it in his trunk
still got
because he
it.
keeps practicing. Because one day,
Ladies, why don't you winter guard your nether regions?
hey,
Thank
but
you.
I will tell you this.
Thank you.
Our last year that we did it, we did Greece. Every competition, we were towards the back half of placing. We were not very good. And then when we got to district, which was basically like, that was the biggest of the big competition. We got first place.
Nice.
Took home the medal, and
I have that medal somewhere. I don't know where it's
Was
I
that,
think I still have the medal. Yeah, I'm sure I have it somewhere too. My parents don't throw anything away.
There's
so.
a bunch of medals somewhere because I have wrestling ones from then.
Okay, that's too much. So I'm just kidding.
Oh, so
Wait,
first,
wait.
so I was
Wait,
about
wait.
to say, so first you did winter guard, and then
you went to
were in-
wrestling.
You were in tight unitards.
I can come in wearing that another time.
Oh yes, Singlet
Oh.
Greg with the
Hey,
bulge on
I can
point.
see you skin against skin on another guy, pinning him to the ground.
Okay, fine.
Hot.
I'll be the other guy. All right, everybody. That's Gregorgeous.
Thanks, man.
That is his
one of the most
podcast
embarrassing fanny
debut.
packs.
Greg,
Thanks.
see you
Appreciate
later,
that.
my left hanger. All right, I'm gonna go turn off that camera. Give me 1 second. Speak to the people. Did you like my surprise?
That was great, and I'm not just saying it. There's a big chunk of that time in my life that I don't remember, and I think it's a self-defense mechanism on not wanting to jump off a bridge for some of the things that I've done in my past.
Wow.
Including some very questionable homoerotic things.
That happened.
Not really homoerotic.
That
but
happened in this house.
This is one of our passions. This is our dream. Really just doing videos, doing podcasts, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And we really wanted to support others that are doing the same. So last episode, we did Celeste. Celeste, she does artwork. Eventually, we're going to have one of her paintings up. But the next one we're doing is, so Brandon McKeever, we graduated high school with him, and he does tattoos. He's a tattoo artist, and his work's incredible. And we're going to show some pictures of some of his work.
Here they are. Ooh. It pisses me off with how good they are.
Yeah. So when people are that talented,
And I'm like, hey, Brandon, quit showing off and let these lamos like us do something with our lives.
yeah, so that's one thing. It's like when people are so talented and I have zero talent, it pisses me off. But it also pisses me off even more when people have a lot of talent and they don't do anything with it. So I think it's awesome that he uses his artistic ability to make a career out of it. And so I went and got a tattoo from him.
Let's see it.
And boom, there it is.
Does that say I'm a letdown in my father's eyes?
It's Hebrew for I hate white people.
Oh.
No, I'm just kidding. It's Hebrew for Relentless. And I'm just going to take a second to be kind of semi-serious. And
I'll shut up.
no, I just Relentless has kind of been a word for me ever since we've talked a little bit about, me being married before, and I like to make jokes, and that helps me heal, and it helps me move on with everything. And it happened for the best, and I'm glad that she went on her separate way, and she's happy now, and I'm happy for it. But there were times in our marriage, especially towards the later half of it, where things got really tough, and we were both teachers at the time, and we had a winter break, and I went up to see my newborn nephew, Maverick, at the time, 2 years ago, and I went by myself, and that was a time where things were really rocky between the two of us, and I didn't know if we were going to make it. And it was really tough because it was like, man, am I really going to be in my 20s divorced? That's really embarrassing. And so anyways, after that trip, I came back down. We kind of started patching things up. But the first day back to school, we had like the students didn't come back yet. It was like a teacher in service thing.
Yeah.
And they kind of do this thing like to rally the troops, to get you to like, hey, we've made it halfway through the year. You know, push for the second half, push strong, finish strong, keep it going. I know it can be tough because, I mean, as a teacher, you go through a lot and you have to deal with students that are not so great all the time. So they did this exercise of, they passed out leaves to everyone. They were little paper leaves. And they had this big tree in the front office. And they were like, write the word down that's going to help get you through the rest of this year. And they were talking about the rest of the school year. But when I heard that, I heard, what is the word that's going to help get me through the rest of this year? Because school is nuts, but you know, there were so many other things in my life that were crazy, like my relationship with my wife at the time and stuff like that. And I was like, what? And I couldn't get away from the word relentless. I need to attack my relationship with her relentlessly. I'm going to do the best I can day in, day out. I'm going to be relentless towards my love towards her. And I'm also going to be relentless towards my job. I'm going to give it 100%. And even though, you know, I felt like I did the best I could and it didn't work out, that word has still been my word. And it's helped me get through a lot, even after marriage. You know, there have been several tough things that I've gone through. It's just life. You know, everyone goes through life. And I realized that, you know, as much as we think we're unique, we're all kind of really the same. We all go through shit. And so I kind of just wanted to get this word tattooed on me. And it's in Hebrew because there are a couple of biblical verses that it talks about the relentless pursuit of your relationship with, you know, Christ or whatever you do. And so it's kind of just a daily reminder of just be relentless, whatever you do. So now it's towards my job, towards my relationship with my friends, towards anything I do, towards this podcast. Keep it up. And I would encourage you to do the same thing. I mean, if you want something, go get it. Go pursue it relentlessly. Go get it. And don't let anything stop you from doing what you want to do. So, sorry I went on a...
I love it.
Thanks, man.
That's why you my best friend, boy. And you know what? Your words truly speak to me. You said if you want something, go get it. You know what I want? I want donuts. And
go
guess
get
what?
it, dude.
I'm gonna do that at 4 in the morning.
I was about to say it's not that time yet, so you'll have to wait.
I don't care. I'm gonna break into it. They've got to have some in there, right? There's like 4 other donut
Staled.
shops, and don't care. Donut's a donut, dude.
Actually, do you like the prepackaged donuts? Like
Yes.
what kind?
Oh, like
all of them.
Oh,
but like a powdered sugar. They got the powdered sugar ones. They got the
wonderful.
The cinnamon ones. They got the
wonderful.
The chocolate ones. Of
Absolutely
course.
Wonderful.
Which ones are the best?
You put them all in and you shake them up and you go.
I feel like you would throw several of those in your mouth at one time.
Yeah.
I feel like
that was my answer when you were like, "What's your favorite?" And I'm like,
everyone.
Yeah. So
all right now.
You take a bite out of the cinema, you take a bite out of powder, you take a bite out of jole, and then you get the rest and you go boop, 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 make a donut hole, and then you eat that after.
Smash them together. That's actually probably really good.
Hey, don't fuck with me, man. Also, you know what my favorite Skittle is?
What's that?
The one where you put a whole handful in your mouth, you chew them all, and you get the super Skittle.
Have you ever done it where you stack Skittles on top of each other and press them down and then eat them?
Try that with Starburst.
Yeah, I don't like Starburst.
What the
I know.
That's it, dude.
I'm sorry.
End this podcast.
End it there.
I will say, again, I just want to do a quick personal shout out to people who have shared our links on social medias, people who have just reached out to us personally. I've gotten texts and people who shared it. Anyway, so Meredith, I love you so much. I love what you're
Meredith,
doing.
thank you so much. She's always posting stuff. I haven't been on Instagram that much, but every time I jump back on Instagram, I see that I've been tagged in her story, and her story goes away, so I can't see it. So I'm like, dang it. I want to see, but I know it's probably about the podcast. So.
Yeah, so what she'll do is she'll tag and say, so she's doing this thing every day for the month of February, and it says... Nice. The last 3 that we've been tagged in, it was name something that you hate so much, and it was like at really random pod, right? And I was like, nice, at least we got tagged.
She knows.
Then the second one was something to listen to while you kill yourself. And it was I was like, man, you know what? We're getting all these tags. Then the third one was what you listen to. And if you could make this something to wipe your ass with, if it was a real thing, what would it be? And she tagged @ReallyRandumb.
Oh.
So Meredith, thank you so much. We love you so much. And then
I loved you.
Yeah. Again, Jodes, my boy, he will literally text me at 8:01 and go, guess what the hell I'm listening to, boy? And I'm like, that's why I love you. Rudy, Sumo, you have posted our link multiple times. I don't think you actually listen, but if you post the link, we love you so much.
Yes.
I'm going to snuggle you at one point.
Appreciate the love.
Ange,
Yeah.
you don't have to put a filter on every picture, but I do love you. You're beautiful. You have a great heart. The only bad thing is she has a deaf dog, so she can't hear it, but Ange can listen to it. Ange, love you so much, like a sister.
The dog probably is thankful for being deaf.
Yeah.
I don't even know who Ange is, but
Yeah. And then my second favorite Angie Pettyjohn, who birthed
she does not
my
listen.
lover.
I hope she doesn't listen.
I don't think she would be able to handle it.
Yeah, she would get through the first, I don't know. So Tyler Bolden, your brother, my sister has listened, Stephanie. I almost said Pettyjohn, but it's Wood now. Hope she doesn't listen with her little ones in the car, because that's not a good idea. And then Caitlin, ex-girlfriend Caitlin, she's awesome. We're still good friends to this day, and she posted something about drinking a White Claw or something like that, and she posted it in her story. So.
Was that the one where it was after the one where we talked about what kind of White Claw are you or something?
Yeah, I can't remember.
Or was it before? No, but like when we first posted the first two, because we posted two right whenever we released this thing, she was like she was the first person to be like, hey, I listened to your stupid podcast and I'm laughing for some reason.
Yeah.
And then she showed her one of her coworkers, and I want to hug her and kiss her.
Did she show
Not
one
Caitlin.
of her?
I think so. I don't know. But one of her
are you making that up?
One of her coworkers is
Hot. Yeah, and I'm still waiting to get hooked up. So
can you just show
what's
her
going on?
Can you show her the segment where we talk about shitting? Thank you.
But
hey girl, I like to shit. Again, I want to shout out my brother again. He's going through tough times. Tyler,
we love you, dude.
We love you. And hey,
be relentless.
Be relentless,
bitch.
buddy. You know we're both here for you.
I love it. I love it. I love getting texts from him saying that some of my stuff's funny every once in a while.
Oh yeah, I see. Texted.
It's weird. It's like
people think
I'm
I'm
sure?
funny. Are you listening?
Are you sure you're talking to me?
You
said Colton. Did that autocorrect? You were trying to say Drew and you said Colton?
Oh, he wouldn't have said that. There's no way. He probably was like, hey, I was actually shitting and watching the TV in static, and it was a lot funnier than this bullshit. Anyway, thank you guys. Love you. Kisses to your missus.
Oh, I like that.
I said it on another one. I thought it was really good.
Okay, and we're done.
And kissed her to your mister.